Okay, this time I'm not gonna hurt myself with a spike. Okay, I'm gonna get a sweatshirt on because I like to make myself even feel even worse on the spike. How you folks doing? Welcome to another fantastic day where we're going to invest into ourselves versus invest into cardboard because, dear God, it's getting so effing annoying I can't even see straight sometimes. How you folks doing? I'm gonna wait for a couple seconds for people to come in while I set myself up for success so I don't pass out too bad on this bike. Oh, I'm wearing one of those, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm also wearing like a sweat shirt, meaning it's made to heat my body up even more so I sweat and feel the burn more and more as the time goes on. For those who are in here, how you doing? I'm the Pokedial, and let's just make sure people can even hear me at this point. Can y'all hear me? How's the audio? All right. Alrighty. Excuse me. Okay. Wow. It's a tough time being a Pokemon creator and a Pokemon fan and investing too, because all of it is it's all frustrating. And I'm not the only one. I've seen about 4 individual videos today saying how frustrated they are and how done they are and how we are the big topic of this month is after Black Bolt and White Flare being released and how much we've been blocked out of this community when those who have been in this community for so long. As I mentioned before, I've been part of Pokemon for about 3 to 4 years. It's been a good amount of time. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in for the rant. I've been part of this Pokemon journey for quite a bit, and I know for people saying oh, you just joined in Sword and Shield, how you don't know jack crap. And I know I don't, but I know enough. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate those coming in. Jelly, how you doing? But when I first started, it was everyone was super friendly about it. Hey, we're gonna be learning together, okay? That's kind of the point of my channel, is where just a normal guy hopping on a camera and talking about Pokemon. I'm not here to hyper shield. I'm not trying to tell you what to invest in. I'm just telling you guys what, it's like the echo chamber, right? We're in the echo chamber. I'm one of many PokeTubers, but when I first joined, and I know people can join in with me on this, it was very welcoming. A lot of people were welcoming a lot of people into the community. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in, Chris. How you say? Cry Stack? How you doing? It was very welcoming. A lot of people, I was getting to know a lot of shop owners and shops. A lot of people were very more open to allowing people to understand I'm from the Polish. Well, welcome. I'm from the United States. We're in people answer questions so quick, and because when I was buying with a lot of Vivid Voltage. I didn't know what I was getting. Yay, let's go. You know, I actually have some Polish in my family history too. So I may not be as connected, but hey, we're friends now. You're always welcome on this channel because all I do is work out and rant about Pokemon. And then when I was buying Vivid Voltage, someone's like, hey, I know, because that's all I knew. I knew about Sword and Shield. I played the games. I know about VMAX, and I saw a big VMAX Chunkachu, and I was like, this might be the set. So I just came in. How you doing? And then someone's like, hey, you know, Evolving Skies has some great stuff in it. Lost Origin just came out, and I remember seeing the Giratina for the first time, and oh my gosh, that was my big chase. And I got it. I got it on my first booster box. I opened like 3 ETBs in a booster box, and I got it. It was so freaking cool. But now we're in a era where people can't experience that without feeling guilt. How's everyone doing? I promise I see your highs. I see everybody. Freaking lucky. I know, right? It was lucky. But now we're at a point where it's like, even myself, I will say for myself, I fall into now this category of saying, hey, I want to get booster boxes to keep sealed. I've learned that booster boxes just always grow and grow and grow, so I can, you know, potentially get more in the future. What am I doing? Currently on a exercise bike. So for those who are stopping in the channel, how you folks doing on the Pokedial, aka Miles Jack, and how you doing, Cheryl? I am just ranting about Pokemon while I work out and do cardio. I try to go live every single day before I head into work or take my daughter to swim. Ice, how you doing? And now it's like I've slowly became an investor mindset versus a collector mindset. And I didn't even see that myself even doing that. I did it unconsciously. And I feel like now everyone's doing it. Everyone has moved into that mindset is when we got into this situation. Because when I first got into Pokemon, I admit, I hopped on Whatnot. I listened to a lot of people telling me what to get. I got into those. I have limited Charizards. I love it, Cheryl. I went to the mystery packs, and then I thought to myself, no, I'm just gonna get the singles. And then I became a collector, and I got all my PSA 10s. I only focused on that. I got all the evolutions cheap. I think I got like the Leafeon at 175 in a PSA 10, Sylveon at 225. I got the promos sequential 10s for 375, and I got my Charizard PSA 10s sequential, the UPC promos for 215. Those were the good times. That's when your time when you were just being a collector. But now, all I see on Instagram and on YouTube and everything, it's like we're getting boxed out. For real, I feel that I got back into Pokemon back in June. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm sorry you got back in June. And that's all I've known, and it's insane. Brutal bull market, learning to navigate the crazy, squash the FOMO. And yeah, like, for those who are in here, you probably watched the, not Nostalgianomics, the PokeNE video. And the bicker that Team Rocket Joey and PokeNE are going back and forth. And you know what? As someone who has separated himself both as a collector and investor, they're both right. 100%. PokeNE was on the nail with Pokemon knowing their brand and knowing what to do and knowing how to be a billion-dollar business. They're not stupid. They're going to do whatever is best for their company and to keep the demand of Pokemon up. They have never been more profitable until now. I know people are going to yell at me about the Champions Path times and the Logan Paul times, but this boom right now is when Pokemon has been the most profitable. PokeNE said that there's people in the shadows, and that's why we're seeing such the high market, because those people in the shadows know the demand and they know they can make money in this window of Scarlet and Violet. Do I agree with PokeNE that Scarlet and Violet will never go to MSRP? I mean, there will be chances to get stuff at MSRP, but for things to be like at, shops, to be abundant on the secondary market, I don't think so. It doesn't look good for a lot of reasons, because this entire year, Pokemon has not caught up. The crypto bros and the stock have entered the Pokemon market. Exactly. We saw on Rudy's video that people are now buying on his Patreon with crypto, Ethereum, and other stuff. People are now moving their assets into cardboard assets because they see what Pokemon has done. It's tough. It's very tough, as people are sitting on a lot of product right now. People are sitting on everything they can get their hands on. I, myself included, have done that. I have gone to a restock and grabbed 4 ETBs, Paladin Fates, 151. And I've opened up maybe a box or two with my daughter and some friends, but I'm like, I'm getting more the good feeling of having product and seeing that grow. And it's weird how that shifted, how that changed into what now Pokemon is. Pokemon is no longer about collecting cards, it's about collecting product. It sucks. It sucks because people understand now, because everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about Roaring Skies. Roaring Skies this, Roaring Skies that, Vivid Voltage this, Vivid Voltage that, Celebrations this, Celebrations that. People know that no matter what you hold will grow. Now it's now the echo chamber of how long people can last. And this is where we get this investor versus fan and this giant divide. It's very toxic. It's very frustrating. I really like watching PokeNE. He has good takes. I really like watching Team Rocket Joey. I tune into his videos every day. It's awesome. That dude has been on the grind and he's been saying stuff that's truthful. I don't think both of these people are unknowing, and I don't think these people are stupid, but it sucks. It sucks seeing two people that you support just fight because of shiny cardboard. I really do miss Sword and Shield times, 2022, 2023, where it was cool. It was like, wasn't like cool to talk about Pokemon. Because like when I started to collect, like, I have a good relationship with my mom, and she was like, why the frick are you collecting so much? I'm like, I just, you know, I remember as a kid, my mom used to like give me Team Rocket packs and jungle packs and fossil packs by completing, like, you know, my chores. So fun. So fun. And I wanted to experience that again. And at that time, it was all about vintage. It was all about vintage. So modern was very abundant. Scarlet Violet was coming out, and it wasn't doing too well. I actually remember talking with Mimic Brew on the DMs, and he was truthful. He is one of the biggest SV supporters, and I can back him up on that. He knew it before we all did. Son of a gun. I will admit my defeat. But like, I was so set on, you know, Sword and Shield because of how good it did for me. It was such a good era to be in. I haven't felt good in SV, even with the games. God, the release of Scarlet and Violet, it was so janky. You know, players doing T-poses, like the game wasn't loading, and and then, you know, I actually had a pretty good time with base set. I really liked base set. I love the Gardevoir line. I have all those in a PSA 10 because around that time, that's when my daughter was born. So awesome now having a car that represents family. But for the rest of the time, it was just seeing the snowball effect of, God, I hate SV. SV sucks. To now is SV's the best thing ever, and if you can't buy at $275, then you are legit a broke Timmy. I never even heard the term of being too broke for Pokemon, right? And that's what breaks my heart a little bit. I've met so many awesome people because of Pokemon. So many dads, and here so many fans who grew up with, you know, tuning into the anime, you know, open up packs with their families, and now to see it just be taken away from everybody because of now Pokemon's a business, no longer a hobby. And it's hard for a channel like mine to keep up because I just can't. I have a wife and kid, and I have to take care of them. And that's my priority right now. A lot of people have, you know, different parts of their lives set up where they can, you know, buy the booster box and see it grow. Because no matter what, you buy a booster box, it's gonna grow. No matter what, no matter the entry point. Like, even if Lost Origin was $275 when it released, it's $500 now. Gonna grab some water. But it's sad, folks. It's sad. I want to see. I really hope this mega block is going to be a chance to see big change. And I know it will be. Well, I don't want to be a channel that says like I know everything, because I don't. I'm just a fan who turned the camera on while he's on an exercise bike. That's really it. And if you want to join me and hopping on a bike or doing fitness while we work out together, I would love that too. I love to talk about Pokemon. I love to talk about fitness. And if you guys have really any questions right now, I'm all open. Because I really talked about what I needed to talk about the investor versus collector, and seeing the Pokemon tubers go at each other. It breaks my heart a little bit because I like to support everyone I can. I have nothing bad to say about anybody. I'm very neutral. But neutral gets you nowhere, right? You have to be one extreme to be known. I'm just not that guy. I'm just not gonna be that. I'm just gonna keep on pedaling along like I am right now, and just watching Pokemon getting a pack here and there, and just kind of waiting. I don't want to go, hunt. I was watching Danny Phantom's video about the other day, and he was talking about, like, if you want to dedicate a couple of hours per day to go, you'll find some product. But it's just not doable. I don't have the time to dedicate 2 to 3 hours when I can dedicate that 2 to 3 hours either on myself in the gym or to my family. And I feel like there's a lot of people on here who feel the same. Because at the end of the day, it is a hobby. It's a hobby, not a business. It could be business. Obviously, there's a lot of people with businesses with Pokemon right now. But for people who are like me, who see the joy of opening up packs and, seeing their collection grow, so that one day they can get more things, so they, rinse and repeat, play the investor, play the collector at the same time. It'd be tough. And all I gotta say is just stay safe out there. Don't fall for this narrative that you have to have everything right now to be a Pokemon fan. You don't need to have Evolving Skies booster box to have a voice here. You don't need to have a palette of Prismatic, or you have to buy the whole entire thing at Sam's Club and have that in your background to be known on YouTube. But unfortunately, you have to have that. That's why I'm just going to do my lives when I'm just in my garage. Yeah, I have a big collection. It's because I've got my stuff at MSRP. And actually, not even MSRP. I got it at lower. I got my Brilliant Stars booster boxes at 125, and I got 4 of them. I got my Lost Origin. I got my Lost Origin at 175, and I thought that was crazy. And I said I got all my PSA 10s when it was super cheap. If you want to, find a way to collect, honestly, the singles is the best way to do it right now. But to be honest, there is no good way to do anything. And that's where we are. We are at a standstill, folks. We are at a standstill. Everyone has loaded pistols, and they're pointing at each other. And sucks. Yeah, any final questions before I head out? Because if not, I gotta take a shower and get ready for work. But I appreciate the 3 people who are stopping in here and watching this. I'm going to release this video. I think it was a pretty good live. I got what I need to say off my chest. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Is it K? I'll call you K. because I don't know how to pronounce the rest of it. Kay, thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a pleasure talking to you and hanging out with you. Kaon. Kaon? Kaon. Hopefully I got that right. No, it was a really good rant. Oh, freaking sick. Let's go. It was a pretty good rant. To end this, I really want to say give every Pokemon tuber a shot. Hear what they have to say. There's a lot of emotions in this hobby right now, and which means there's a lot of passion in this hobby, which is good. It's a lot, which is good. But you know, there's good emotion and bad emotion. I mean, I see the data. I see where people know what potential might happen, and I'm at a point where I'm just watching and just sitting and this everyday workout, pump iron, dedicate the day to myself versus chasing, because I want to chase dreams. I want to chase fitness dreams and financial dreams, but right now it's not smart to go in hog wild when the market's just like this. Even if I have to wait till generation 10, I'm just gonna do lives every day while I do this bike thing, because you guys keep me motivated, keep me going, keep me talking. Okay, don't forget to dial it in. I'm doing a fitness challenge right now for Brilliant Stars Booster Box. For those who are competing in it right now, keep at it. I really appreciate everybody stopping in, and the new people stopping in, especially you, Kaon. Yeah, I will see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.